Welcome, my friends. Lego Star Wars, and I like it all. If you're a fan of the plastic brick, this is the place for you. And this is my time every week. Since this is a journal entry, I just kind of do it once weekly. But I'm going to be changing the format up a little bit starting next week. One of the things I really thought is that sometimes just kind of like randomly rambling on with my thoughts, it probably isn't that effective, but I'm going to probably keep it, do one topic per week. It's going to start next week. I was going to do, I think, some of the things that I'm really like kind of thinking in my head, especially as we approach Brick World Chicago in June. So, by the way, if you're going or if you're not going, I encourage you to go. Is positivity in the Lego community. And actually, part of that, what really got me thinking about positivity in the community is just some of the really nice things that people in the community are doing. So shout out to Clicking Cliff, Macro, Andy, Ronnie, all the, I feel like there's a lot of, and there's others, right? Sorry if I'm not naming everybody off, but everybody's just so positive in the community. Ben's Brick Designs is another one. These are just these little subset communities that are all just really doing positive things, and it's just absolutely fantastic to be a part of their communities. And again, I won't talk too much more in depth because I have a lot to get into in this episode, but I think it's a pretty fun topic, and it ultimately, outside of just me digitizing my Lego experience, that's kind of why it's fun to do these videos, is just being part of a community and interacting with others. So I love your commentary. I don't have any sponsors. I'm just a small little Lego YouTube person making his way through the galaxy, per Boba Fett, and I'm just having fun doing it and being a part and interacting with everybody. So, speaking of which, sorry there wasn't too many regular videos over this last week. You may have seen I've been uploading lots of shorts. So hopefully you're enjoying those. Essentially, I'm just putting out there my last vacations, different experiences. So I've been posting a lot on Instagram. Lots of landscape photos, different things I did. Our family for spring break went to the big island of Hawaii. It really was a dream vacation for being able to take the kids and everybody there. It was for my parents' 50th anniversary, so wedding anniversary. So shout out to them for making it 50 years. So my sister's family came out the week before. They hit Oahu, went back to the island. There was a couple days crossover, and then they left on a Saturday, and then we had the rest of the week with my parents before we left on that Saturday. So I kind of went operationally silent. I don't like to post on social media while I'm away, just for obvious reasons. So everything's now starting to filter out. So as soon as we got back, actually, like that night of, I pretty much started, adding stuff to Instagram, I think I uploaded like 15 shorts, maybe something along those lines, 10 or 15 shorts. Some of them are pretty funny, just kind of they're kind of inside jokes. Like the one that launched on Sunday, I think it was Sunday, it was Saturday or Sunday, was I think it was Saturday or Friday, was the secret haunted bridge. I mean, all it really was every time we walked by this like footbridge, the lights kept flickering and we're like, it's haunted. And I'm like, oh, that'd be a fun little video. I'm kind of having fun with stuff like that. Or if I saw a really amazing waterfall, like, why not capture it? Although I think there's a movement within Hawaii not to capture these moments, that you need to go visit it. So, but I also think it's free advertising for Hawaii. I mean, if you see all these cool sites, aren't you going to want to go see them in person yourself? I don't know. But we found lots of fun secret things, like going to a bee farm, and we rented a dune buggy. We swam with manta rays, with dolphins and snorkeling, and just did so much fun family things. We went to a luau. I don't even think I have any pictures. My family does, of the luau, but I feel like we really conquered, but I still feel like there was a lot left. Oh, the volcano was really fun. Actually, a lot of the videos coming out this week are on the volcano. I'm starting most of my videos for when we first arrived at the resort, and I'm trying to do it. It's not fully chronological order, but it's pretty close to at least when I took the video. So, lots of waterfalls, volcanoes. It's pretty wild, the Big Island and the different climates. You drive in one area and it's just like a lava rock field, and then the next area is like lush rolling hills, and then you're in a forest, and then a jungle, and then you're in the mountains, and then it's like and there's farms everywhere, which is just wild. It's great to see. So I really encourage, if you can, save up the money, go to Hawaii, support it. It's amazing. And then like staying in, I would say picking a side to stay on the island, like the Kona side or another. There's these really cute towns. I don't know, either way, you really can't go wrong. And then it's pretty easy to drive around, although we've really found ourselves like driving around way too much. But and it was really funny. One cool story that I'll share here. That was just such a coincidence. There was 2 Lego connections while I was on the island. The first connection was that I was in, hopefully I'm saying it right. I think it's Highway. It's spelled Hiwa. It's this little town. I forget where it's near, but it's this little really cute town of Highway. I think it's on the north side of the island, something like that. And I'm in this. We went and they had really awesome sandwiches on one side of the town, and then on the other side of the street there was a coffee shop, and I hadn't really had my coffee for the morning. So I went over to the coffee shop. I'm in line. My wife comes in, and then this girl comes in, and I'm like, I don't know why, but I completely recognize this person, and I'm like, it seems a little weird. And I'm like, I know this person. I totally know this is. And then I'm like, holy cow. Like, I think it is one of the Lego Masters. Because season 2 of Lego Masters, I followed their YouTube channel and I followed their Instagram. So one of the girls is on Instagram, and because I follow her, I see her pictures. So I've seen pictures of her probably like 100 times. So that's why my memory is like, it just instantly, I was like, I know this person, and I think it might be Lauren from season 2. And sure enough, I didn't say anything while she was in line. I left her alone. I didn't say anything. And because I was hanging with my family and stuff like that. So, but then as soon as I got in the car with my wife, I'm like, I know that girl that was in the coffee shop. I'm pretty sure that was Lauren. Or is it Lori? Lauren? It was Lori, right? I think. I don't have my phone on me. From season 2. And then I looked it up on Instagram, and sure enough, she had posted one photo on the Big Island. I'm like, that's totally her. Darn it. So I did post on one of her photos, like, hey, hope you liked your coffee in Hiwa. And she did post back. But that was pretty funny, especially coming with Brickworld Chicago. I don't know if she's planning on going or if her brother Tyler is going to go, but so that was my Lego connection number 1 in Hawaii. Go figure. Then, before I go to the next Lego connection, the other thing is that I follow the Ukraine war, and I've been supporting the Ukrainian side, obviously, and not the Russian side. But I have never eaten Ukrainian food ever, and I went to a food market, which I highly recommend. I butcher the name. I'll post a link. Actually, if you check out my Instagram, it's right there. But I ate Ukrainian food for the first time, and it was amazing. And it was like Soholka something bakery. Again, I have it linked on my Instagram page, but that was really amazing. I thought that was really interesting that I'm all the way in Hawaii and I'm eating Ukrainian food. So that was pretty cool. That was an awesome experience. It's a great farmer's market. Then my second one, and actually this one, I have a haul. Did not have a huge Star Wars collection, but I found, of course, the one toy resale with some good Lego. Most people buy their Lego at either Costco or Walmart or Target, something like that. There's a couple Targets on the island, so that's how most people buy their Lego there. I didn't see too many like resale shops. It was just this one. It was near Kona. The Toy Conquest is the name of it. Really nice gentleman. It's a family owned, and he had a really interesting story about how he got into toys, and he lived. I forget if he said it was somewhere on the West Coast, and then they moved to this. He had his family in Hawaii. They didn't want to leave, so then he ended up moving back. So I think this isn't his full-time job, but he owns the business and his family runs it now. So his name is Richard. Really nice guy. He had an amazing toy selection. So if you're into G.I. Joe and like old Star Wars and let's say like Funko Pops and like he had a whole section on Hot Wheels and just old toys. He had just tons and tons of old toys. And then he showed me in back, he had this whole glass case. Well, first he had this section of like the newer sets that you could get, right? So if you wanted to get Trouble on Tatooine or you want to get some of the more recent sets, he had like a handful of those, and his prices were pretty reasonable. Then he had this whole glass case of just tons and tons of vintage, like tipper trucks and some of the oldest sets. Think of the sets with the numbers in the like 400 to 800 range. Just tons of really old stuff, and even he had a couple space. Now he imported it from Europe, so the prices were really high. So I don't blame him for the prices being high. They're definitely way out of my league. Like, $80 for a tipper truck, I'm probably not about to do. I think some of the space ones were like $60 to $80 a piece for just like the smallest set. But if you were looking for mint condition boxes, he had it. He had it like a whole stack of them, and he not only just one, but he had like 20 of them. He said he just had like bought a ton of them from a European outlet that just kind of sent them all over. So I don't know how often he sends it, but if you're on the island and you have no option and shipping is super high, and that's probably why his prices are high, is because he probably paid like $150 to just shipping it to get it. But that was pretty fun. And then he had a case where he buys and sells used figures. So of course I'm a huge figure guy. Unfortunately, I would say most of the figures, there were like, he had a lot of pirate. He had some, I could have gotten that. And actually there was one set that would have been pretty solid that he had. There was only like maybe 5 or 6 Star Wars figures left. He said he buys and sells a lot of figures in general. I think he does about 500 to 600 figures a year in sales. So I was able to get 2 Star Wars figures. I got one first order. Actually, both of them are first order in nature. One of them is like I'm trying to remember what his official title is, but I really like these types of figures. I may use them for like mashing up different characters, but just real plain but nice Imperial. So essentially I helped build my Imperial army. And I didn't want to leave empty-handed. I mean, I'm all the way at this store. He was really nice, great family business. So it was really fun to get a couple figures. The figures were like $6 a piece, so very reasonable. Definitely a great place. Prices were very reasonable. Again, some items I'm sure he's got to inflate just because of the shipping when he brought them in. Can't be easy, but he had a really interesting story about how he had connections to like Saudi Arabia and different places for some toy connections, and so he's definitely got the connections to run a toy store in the U.S. So really interesting stuff. So with that, that is really all that I had. That were my things. So I had just lots of fun in Hawaii. Hopefully you all had an awesome spring break. It'll probably be about a week for me to kind of really get myself back on track. There's no official haul this week, just these figures. There's May the 4th is coming. I'm surprised I haven't received any catalog. I'm sure we'll probably get catalogs in April sometime. I can't believe it's already April. Oh yeah, and then I'm building the Inquisitor Scythe, so most of my videos are going to be the Darth Vader's castle mock. I did some definite things. I've got the lava is about 95% completely done. I built a bridge. I did all sorts of stuff. So stay tuned this week. I'll have an update on the mock, and then a lot of it's going to be around the Inquisitor Scythe. And I don't know, I may do like a room vlog at some point. I've got a lot of sorting and cleaning. I'm trying to keep as clean as possible. I really am. I'm trying. But other than that, I hope you're having a great week of building. Let me know in the comments if there's any topics that you would like to see or dive into. Next week, I think my topic is going to be positivity in the LEGO community. Maybe even just staying positive, mental health. I don't know, something along those lines. But I'll come up with something every week so we can have a little bit more of a discussion around certain topics. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Catch you next week. Bye for now.